What if the heaviest thing you carry is not in your hands, but in your heart? There are wounds we never speak of, not because they are small, but because they have stayed too long. So long that we forget we are carrying them every single day. We still work, still smile, still live with family. Yet inside, there is always a tired corner of the heart. The story, A Mother and the Stone Pillow. In a small suburban town, there was a mother named Clara. She lived with her son and granddaughter in a house full of children's laughter, but inside, she carried heaviness. Though her daughter-in-law was always kind, Clara felt distant. Though meals were abundant, nothing tasted sweet. For deep in her heart, she still carried an old wound, the coldness and blame from her own mother-in-law long ago. And unknowingly, she was repeating the same with her daughter-in-law. One day, her granddaughter ran into the room, hugging her tightly. "Grandma, when I rest on your pillow, it feels so hard. Are you hiding something in there?" Clara laughed, but suddenly her chest tightened as if a truth was revealed. The little girl asked again, "Grandma, you're often sad. Is there something you've never told anyone?" For the first time in many years, Clara did not reply. She only sat in silence as tears began to fall. That night she woke earlier than usual. She cooked breakfast and made her granddaughter's favorite cake. When her daughter-in-law entered the kitchen, Clara smiled and said, "Take a rest. Today I'll handle it. We all have a stone pillow. Not all of us suffer the same wounds, but almost everyone has been hurt, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unknowingly. The question is, are we passing that pain onto others, or are we choosing to heal?" The Buddha once said, "Anger is like holding a burning coal with the intention of throwing it at someone else. The one who burns first is always yourself." Forgiveness does not mean agreeing with the wrong. Forgiveness means choosing not to let that wrong control your life anymore. Sometimes what we need most is not an apology from others, but an embrace from ourselves, whispering, "I am strong enough not to carry this any longer." Some people hold the past like a precious diary. Others carry it like a backpack full of rocks. The past cannot be changed, but we still have a choice: to live inside it or to learn from it and move on. The story. Elliot, the boatman. By a misty lake, there was a boatman named Elliot. Everyone knew he was the best in the village. Every current, every bend of the river, he knew them all by heart. But there was something else they all knew. He hadn't smiled in over 10 years. People whispered. Once, Elliot lost his younger brother in a river accident. At that moment, he was the one holding the oar. From that day on, he carried the weight of guilt in silence. One day, he ferried a little girl named Nora across the river. She looked at him and asked, "Sir, why do you look so heavy, as if carrying something inside?" He sighed and answered softly, "I'm carrying memories and pain from long ago." Nora tilted her head. "But sir, if we only think about yesterday, how can we ever see today?" Elliot froze, a child's words, like a light breaking through thick fog. The next morning, for the first time in years, people saw Elliot smiling as he rowed. We have all lost something. A chance that slipped away. A loved one who is gone. A mistake that crushed us. These belong to yesterday, but if we keep clutching them, they take all the space of peace today. The past is like a river. It never holds on to anything. It is we who cling to its bottom and drown. To let go is not to forget. To let go is to stop hurting yourself again and again. It means not bringing old pain into today's meal. It means seeing a loved one with new eyes, not through the lens of old wounds. To let go is to give yourself another chance, and also to give another person a chance. You cannot begin the new chapter of your life if you keep rereading the old one. Relationships often break, not because love is gone, but because everyone wants to be right. Arguments often deepen, not because the issue is big, but because no one takes a step back. They say, when small things are clung to by both, they eventually grow into a distance where no one remains. Ego is not the enemy, but if it drives us, we will get lost. We all have pride. We've all been hurt by careless words. But if we always demand others to understand us first, eventually no one has the patience to stay. Some apologies are never spoken. Some hugs are never given. Some good people leave, only because we refuse to soften once. The Buddha taught, to conquer oneself is a greater victory than to conquer thousands in battle. To step back is not losing. It is preserving what truly matters. When arguing with someone you love, ask yourself, do I want to win or do I want to be happy? The one who steps back is not weak. They are simply choosing peace over ego. Pride wants to win. Love only wants to keep each other. When we hear mindful living, many imagine someone leaving the city for the mountains, meditating all day, withdrawing from the noisy world. But that is a misunderstanding. To live mindfully is to walk into life with an awakened heart. You don't need to abandon your life. You need to awaken within it. You are still a parent. You still work daily. You still live among pressure and competition. But you do not let them make you bitter. Awakening is not about leaving the world, but about making life a little less dark thanks to your mindful presence. Start with the smallest things. Mindful is when you stay calm instead of shouting. Mindful is when you listen to understand, not to react. Mindful is when you pause for 3 seconds before saying words that could wound someone. No bells, no robes, no daily scriptures required. Just live so that those near you feel lighter, more at peace. You don't need a halo. You only need to be a warm place where others can return after their weary days. There is something many forget. Children learn not from what we say, but from how we live. You can teach your child many things, but what sinks deepest into their soul is how you live every day. When you are angry, how do you react? When tired, how do you treat loved ones? When facing injustice, do you endure or pour anger on others? Children do not only hear parents' words, they look into their parents as a mirror. Every frown, every scold, every outburst leaves a mark. You want your child to love? Show them that you listen. You want your child to be calm? Show them you can stay composed. You want your child to be kind? Show them you do not blame, gossip, or mock others' failures. We cannot raise children only with words, but with the quality of our own lives. When you live with integrity, you place a compass in your child's heart. So later, amidst a chaotic world, they still know their way. No parent is perfect, but many have changed themselves because they know their child is learning how to be human from them every day. In the end, you don't need to be extraordinary. You don't need to speak before crowds. You don't need to carry great ideals. You only need to live so those near you feel a little lighter, a little less tense, a little more at peace. Just be the one who apologizes first, even when right or wrong no longer matters. Prepares a simple meal full of love. Stay silent at the right time so anger doesn't become a scar. No one asks you to be the sun, just be a small light in your own home. Even a small light can dispel the darkness in someone's heart. And if today you are still learning to be kinder, still trying not to react too fast, still learning to truly listen to your loved ones, that is enough. You are already part of the good. The journey of awakening begins with these small things, and you have already begun, right in your own home. If you believe that even a small light can change an entire home, share this message so that more hearts may be warmed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, so together we can spread more stories of awakening, healing, and compassion. May your home be filled with these small lights of kindness, And may you be the reason someone sleeps peacefully tonight.